On the way over, I was thinking about treaty. What does that mean? And so when you have a treaty, you have two groups, and they agree to do something. So historically, we made treaties with the crown, and historically, that didn't turn out so good for us. That's the way, the truth. Debwewin is a project that seeks to bring out the truth. And when we have a treaty, I was thinking about how these treaties were signed, a lot of them in the early 1800s. And for a long time, I don't think the crown really did much by way of honoring those treaties. And for all of us here on the credit reserve, most of us weren't raised reading the treaties or understanding what they said or anything like that. But in the last, I don't know how many years, 30, 40 years, we've been re-examining these treaties. And people have been negotiating with the government to fix some of the wrongs that were done. And so anyway, we come up to today, and so the treaty still exists. And when we look at, historically, it was a treaty with the crown, and today the treaties are still there. And so the people of Oakville are kind of taking the place of the crown as far as who's there on that part of the land. And so I think it's really important that we get to know each other. When we have treaty, we're forming a partnership. And I think it's really important that we as Anishinaabe know what those treaties are about. And you as the people of Oakville all should know the history. And we should get together and make the best of what we have. And I think it's really a good thing to see young people here. Young people from Oakville, young people from our reserve. And it's good that we have food together. A long time ago, there was nobody hungry unless everybody was hungry, because we shared things. We worked together as a community, and I think that's something we should strive to get back to, so that if someone's hungry, everybody's hungry, and there should be nobody hungry. And I believe that over on the other side there's going to be some magic happen, and there's going to be some food appear. And one of the things that I remember from a long time ago is that sometimes people would just show up, because we didn't have cell phones, and you just get a knock on the door, and there'd be somebody coming to visit. And the first thing that would happen is the tea kettle would get put on, and then maybe some food would get started to cook, and the people would sit and talk, and they would enjoy some food. And there's another way. A long time ago, some of the old people would go and visit, and they might come and sit on the porch. And one old person and another old person, they might sit there. And they might not say anything. They might just sit together. And the other old person, after a while, gets up and leaves. They just spend time together. Their spirits bonded. And, sometimes that's what happens. We get together, and we may not say much, but we just get together and lift each other up. And I'm going to tell you something else about Indigenous communities. They might be shy at first to meet you, and they may not say too much. But I can tell you how you know if they like you or not. When they start teasing you, that means they like you. And so we are good at teasing each other, and it's one way of breaking the ice. And it's a thing that if you spend any time around Indigenous communities, you'll hear people laughing, and you'll hear them teasing each other, and that's just the way it is. And I always remember that from when I was young. When I would get together with my cousins, they would always be teasing you. When I was working with my dad and my uncle, they would always tease you. They used to call me Gopher, because I was the one that had to go for the nails, go for the hammer, and go for whatever else was missing. And sometimes it was just go for a walk and get out of our hair. But they used to tease me all the time. And my dad used to say, you're long-headed, which means I thought ahead into the future. And I'm going to let you visitors know something. 30 years ago, you probably wouldn't have seen these drums here. And you probably wouldn't have, well, for sure, wouldn't have seen the young people singing on the drums. And I think we've come a long ways, even though our progress is slow and we get impatient trying to bring back our language and our culture. I think we've come a long ways in the 30 years. And we still got a long ways to go. But as long as we keep moving ahead, we can get to the place where our language is back here. And I'm looking forward to hopefully living long enough to see all that happen. And anyway, they told me I had 5 minutes and they didn't give me a watch. So I'm thinking maybe 5 minutes might be up. So I want to again say Chimigwich to all of you for coming and spending time, taking time out of your life to come and visit. And don't be shy about meeting people. And our people here shouldn't be shy either, you know. So mix and mingle, and we'll break bread together, I guess. I don't know about this breaking bread business. I just eat it. Anyway, Chimigwich, Bisndawig, thank you for listening, and I hope you really enjoy your evening. Thanks.
Miigwech, Elder Peter. Now